Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be asking Spirit, the universe, your guides, whoever comes here to talk to me, should you stay or should you go? So this could be about an intimate partner relationship with a boyfriend, girlfriend, or anything in between and far beyond, or even just a family member, a friend. Should you stay in this connection or is it time to let it go? So it's up to you who you choose. So what I want you to do is meditate on each of these piles. I want you to take a couple of minutes of deep breathing, a couple of seconds, whatever you need to feel relaxed and grounded. Then take a look at each of these piles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one calls to you? Then find the timestamp down below in the description box or in the comments and click on the numbers that are right next to it and go straight to your pile. So if you're interested in, say, pile 2, make sure that you are thinking about one specific person. This is really going to hopefully give you some insight into that relationship, but also tell you whether you should stay or go. Don't pick 2 or more people or anything like that, because it's best if you pick one person at a time, just so you know for sure who this is talking about for you. Okay, guys, I think I can jump straight into this. This isn't going to be too lengthy at all, but hopefully it will be clarifying for you in some way. All right, let's get started. Okay, pile number 1, you chose this blank index card, and what that tells me about you is that I'm thinking that you are ready to be more vulnerable. You are ready to be a blank slate. You are ready to receive any information without boundaries. And even if it doesn't feel like it, and you still feel like, you're trying to control an outcome, you're actually getting way better with losing that control and letting the universe give you the outcome that you need by being a blank slate and being open. That doesn't mean that you don't try to control things still and you're working through some stuff, but you're doing so much better than you have before, and you should be really proud of that. So first and foremost, let's pick a card that represents you and the person that you're talking about. So we have the Orphan, and the Storm. Okay. So one of you is the Orphan and one of you is the Storm. What I personally feel is that the Orphan is someone who had a troubled family life growing up, someone who didn't feel too connected to especially their parents, but any caretaker. They were kind of just left to fend for themselves, and even if this person did live with their family didn't care for them the way that they deserved to be cared for as a child who has no control in this life. Somebody didn't step up to the plate for this person, and in many senses in this relationship, this person still acts like a child. This person is still looking for their needs to be met because that little child is still asking for those needs to be met. Over here we have the Storm. This person seems to be a little bit more of the aggressive or angry one. I don't know where the anger or the aggression really stems from, but this person's like a firecracker and just very easily blows their lid, very easily loses control. And I don't know what really provokes this individual. I just know that they are very easy to provoke. So let's see if there is an overall message for the both of you, just to give some clarity. And if this isn't sounding like you, maybe just the message is meant for you. but for some of you, I can definitely feel this. I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you? So this is supposed to be like a funny card. This is Kelly Kapoor from The Office, but there is some truth to this being not so funny. And what I mean by that is I feel like this individual is much more needy than this one and is constantly asking the storm for validation, constantly asking the storm for, the orphan is very insecure, and I think that stems from childhood, and then some of the behaviors from the storm reminds the orphan. I'm so sorry, there's someone yelling in the background. Okay, sorry about that, and we are back. So sometimes the storm essentially is retaliating against the orphan because they don't know how to deal with the clinginess, with the codependency, and I feel like that is going to be a constant battle for this pair unless we begin to heal and step out of it. There's both trauma for both of these individuals, but the way that they go through and heal from their trauma is very different. And the orphan still is childlike, and the storm can be in different ways, but isn't as much as the orphan. I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you? I don't know if there was cheating here, or if the orphan just needs constant validation and feels like the storm is constantly cheating or is constantly giving attention elsewhere, because the orphan needs validation all of the time, which can be really troubling to this one. So let's see what else we got here. Perception. Prayer, insecurity. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, should you stay or should you go? Well, that is up to you. So the person who's watching this video, or if you both are together, I don't know, I want you to know that Spirit is handing you the baton and is saying, if you want this connection, you can have it, and I'm not going to do anything about it. What they want you to do is heal and recognize this as a healing venture. So there's a lot of insecurity here for one or both partners, one or both people in this connection, and the perception of the relationship is really skewed by trauma. You may have both been praying for the answer, praying for healing, praying for better days, but it's one thing to pray and it's one thing to do, and you're just not doing, and maybe you just don't know what to do. For both of you, there's a lot of inner child work here. For the orphan, there's a reason why you're feeling so neglected in this relationship. And it's probably not because of the storm. It's more because of your trauma. So let's talk to that little child in you that is begging for attention, that is begging to feel secure. Maybe it's time for group therapy. Maybe it's time for Reiki. Maybe it's time to really find more and more types of healers that work for you and can bring you some tools to help you discover the inner workings of your own mind and your own self. For the storm, the aggressiveness, the anger is also due to unresolved trauma. So here we go again. How are you supposed to operate in any relationship? How are you supposed to function in any relationship long term if you are always boiling right under the surface? We need love, care, and compassion for our partners in the storm really cannot get through their pain to be there for the orphan or for any other partner, really. So my advice here is that it's your decision if you stay or you go. And I know that's probably what you don't want to hear, but it's also the best thing to hear, in my opinion. It's your choice to stay or go. Are you going to put in the work? Are you going to see change? Or are you not? And either of those answers are okay. Are you two soulmates? Are you and this person meant to be in each other's lives in some capacity? I don't know. But I definitely think your trauma for both of you is where you need to start to truly find the answer to that question. Okay, pile number 1. I was going to pull many more cards, but this just feels it. This feels like the first step for you, becoming more vulnerable and reaching into those innermost scary parts of yourself and saying, I'm ready to heal. That is your first step. All right, pile number 1, thank you for coming to this reading, and I wish you the best in everything. Goodbye. Hello, pile number 2. I'm sorry, I'm just fixing this. You chose the Unicorn Tarot deck, which is called the Rebel deck. And what this tells me about you is that you are definitely ready for some excitement. You're ready for some creativity. You're ready for some new things. Involving your connection to whoever this is, I think you're just ready to level up, whether it feels like it or not. You might be really frustrated lately, or maybe even really happy, but I think both of those are a sign of you getting ready to do the next big thing in this commitment, in this relationship. So even if, you're asking about your mother, you're just ready to heal from past traumas. You're ready to move on. This pile is just ready for the next step. All right, let's see what we got. So first, I'm going to pull 2 cards that represent you and the person that you are connecting to. So we have the Lover, and we have the Vessel. Okay, so what I'm seeing is one of you is more affectionate. So the Lover is deeply affectionate, goddess-like. People look up to this individual, god or goddess, either way. People look to you for information. People look to whoever this is in the connection for guidance. You are just so stunning. Your aura, your presence is very, very intense. I feel like this is the person watching the video, but because I can't be 100% sure, I'm going to not make that distinction. But for some reason, I keep saying you, and I know that is probably a sign that this is the person watching the video. But you are probably more affectionate. This person is probably more affectionate, more detail-oriented, just so pure. Then we have the Vessel over here, and the Vessel is, in this case, I'm feeling like the Vessel is the person in the relationship who is starting to become more spiritual, who's starting to become their best version of their self. They are stripping off the layers of their old self and growing into a new version. It feels like this first person has done a lot of that work already, whereas this second person is kind of following the lead of the Lover and now working towards their own spiritual goals, most likely because of the Lover. But the Vessel definitely had a dark side. Not that the Lover didn't, but this dark side really overtook the light for a long time. And they are really, really having to dissect every way of thinking, every system, every little thing that ever controlled their lives. They're really picking and pulling. They're changing how they perceive the entire world and everything that they've ever known. This is huge. And the Lover, it came more easily for them. So I feel like the Lover doesn't fully understand the Vessel's struggle, but is also patient, caring, and kind at the same time about it. All right, let's get into it. Let's see. So this definitely feels like a romantic relationship more than anything to me, but take it as you must. It could be any type of relationship. Get hot and sweaty. Work out and grow old as fuck together. Sorry if you don't like the language. Irritated, eat, cuddle, sleep, and repeat. So that irritated, frustrated feeling was something that I was kind of getting at the beginning, and it's not for everybody, but I feel like the Lover is really kind of further ahead in their life's journey, in their creative endeavors, in a lot of things compared to the Vessel. And that frustration for the Lover is truly just a telltale sign that they're ready for even yet another big step. And it's okay that the Vessel is lagging behind, because the Vessel needs to go through this in their own time, within their own journey, for their own reasons. Be patient. This is not a connection to leave. This does feel like a soulmate connection. So even if you are asking about your mother, and this one just happens to be a little bit more intimate partner relationship like, just remember that your mother must be a soulmate, like someone in your life that you really shouldn't leave right now. is essentially the point. No matter who this is, it's not time to leave this connection. It really isn't. You two are growing with each other. You two are healing because of each other. This relationship is very important to your purpose in this life. Definitely take some time to teach each other. The Lover, you should really be offering more guidance to the Vessel at this time. It's just, I feel like you don't want to overstep your boundary, which is good. But if there's something that comes to mind while you two are talking, make sure you offer up to the Vessel things that you have learned, because they're in the stages of the stuff that you have previously done. If you are irritated, remember that it's just an indication that new big things are coming. The Lover, you might be experiencing a huge abundance in wealth, a huge abundance in your career, a huge abundance in a number of different things. And what that is trying to say is, if it's not here yet, it is coming. And you know that you do have to make some steps, some big moves without the Vessel here right now. And that's okay. They can't be where you are because they're not you, and that's okay. So just remember that. Let's pull some more cards for clarity. When there is no enemy within, no enemy outside can hurt you. Perhaps we should love ourselves so fiercely that when others see us, they know exactly how it should be done. The Lover, you need more confidence. You need to walk into the room and know who the F you are. You might be experiencing things lately, just synchronistic events that are leading you in the direction of you being empowered, you knowing that you are strong spiritually. You both are. It's just the Vessel, it's coming later in time. For this connection to really take form, to take shape, and to stay together so perfectly and more easily, the Lover, or somebody in this connection, really needs to step into their confidence and just know who they are. The Lover especially, you have been chose by a greater power to be here. And even if you don't do like a miraculous thing, like become the next president of the United States or something like that, whatever you're here to do, you are changing the lives of generations to come. Like, you are bringing a new thought into this world. You're bringing a new tool of divination. You are connecting people to their spiritual selves, which is the main thing that we need to get in touch with while we're here on Earth. Now, I know I'm getting off topic a little bit, but I guess what I'm feeling is that even though the lover stands in so much power, they don't willingly, they don't knowingly. And for you to make this connection work long term, you need to step into your power and know that you really are just so divinely created. Not to say that the vessel isn't, but the vessel doesn't struggle with things related to their physical appearance, they just don't struggle the same as the lover does, even if I don't know how to explain it, because I feel like the lover doesn't even notice when they're being not confident and when they are operating from trauma. So it's time to notice, and it's time to heal. Pile number 2, that's all I've got for you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. I hope this resonated. And just to make it clear, this is a relationship to stay in. This feels very soulmate-ish, no matter who this is. All right, thank you guys so much. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See ya. Hello, pile number 3. So you chose the Archetypes deck from the Wild Unknown. And this is a beautiful deck, and it's actually the first that I use for each of these readings. So let's get started. I'm first going to pick 2 cards that represent you and the person that you are talking about. So we have the Tear. And then we have the Shapeshifter. All right, so I don't know who is who, but bear with me and make the connection on your own. The Tear is a very spiritually strong individual. This person is intense. This person knows what they're talking about, has the confidence, has the knowledge, and truly is the whole package. The Tear is vulnerable, allows themselves to trust the universe so perfectly, so divinely, so naturally. The Tear is many, many, many steps above pretty much everybody else around them. The Tear walks with power, but emotionally. Like, you know how people are always like kind of saying that emotions are weak and stuff like that? That's not true, but the Tear has always known that and has always allowed themselves to be very emotionally open, which has brought healing to themselves, to others, and the entire universe. I can't even explain it, but this is just, whoever this is so powerful. I don't know which one of you. Then we have the Shapeshifter. This person here really is very cool spiritually as well. And I don't know if they're into it yet or not, but this person can shift from working with ghosts to angels to the fae, to like, this person is like a shaman. This person works with darker energies. This person works with lighter energies. This person can work with anything on the spectrum. Animals, aliens, anything. The Shapeshifter might be really confused about themselves because they act different with every person that they come into contact with. But the shapeshifter really became themselves when meeting the tear and when developing a relationship with the tear, because the tear lets them be whoever they need to be. And the shapeshifter never felt that kind of peace before. This is definitely a connection to hang on to, especially for the shapeshifter. The tear may just be a little bit frustrated because they're holding a lot of the emotional work for the shapeshifter, and they're kind of asking this individual to step up to the plate and do some work themselves. And yes, it is time for that. But don't throw away the connection because of that, because I feel like both of you will benefit each other, especially because the shapeshifter is very, very powerful and really complements the tear in a number of ways. They just don't know it yet. All right, let's see what else we can get for clarification here. Isn't it scary that any time could be the last time you talk to someone? Keep that in mind. So what I'm seeing here is an argument. I'm seeing some fighting, some frustration. I didn't pick that up when I first held the cards, but I think I didn't pick that up right away because I wanted to make sure that you both knew, or that whoever's watching this knows, that this is a very strong connection made by higher powers. You have gone through past lives together. You're working through trauma together, whether you can figure that out or not, or you can see it or not. This is a very powerful, intense connection. And this fighting would negate that for me if I had initially got it. But this fighting, these arguments, not seeing eye to eye, you really need to let go. And remember that if the shapeshifter lost the tear and the tear lost the shapeshifter, you both would be distraught and life would be nothing like it is currently. And we don't want that. Hang on to every moment. Hang on to every second, because in any particular time of the day, you could lose the other person and you don't want to hold that regret. The tear and the shapeshifter are divinely meant to be together and experience a lot of lessons and learning. Clutter is not just the stuff on your floor, it's the stuff that stands between you and the life you want to be living. Somebody's holding on to a grudge here. Somebody's holding on to a lot of past trauma, a lot of past pain. This may be the shapeshifter, but the tear's ego may be coming in a little bit here. It's time to let go of all of that, because you don't want to lose each other. You really, really don't. Be honest with each other about how you feel and get ready to make some compromises for each other to learn how to make this work. You guys are just meant to do this. And I usually don't like saying that stuff. I do like leaving a little bit up to you guys, but this feels so, this is just intense. This is really, really intense. So if this is your mother, if this is a relationship, if this is a sister, a brother, a friend, this person is really meant to be in your life. And as annoying and frustrating as they can be, or their actions or their lack of actions can be, you know that you want them in your life, okay? Balance, enlightenment. So for the balance piece, you both need to be equal partners. One of you is getting frustrated because they're doing too much of the work here, and that's okay. That you are, it is okay to feel that way, but make sure that you aren't giving the other person the opportunity to allow you to do all the work. Set clear boundaries and make sure that you're not taking care of this individual, or they're not taking care of you just because that's where they feel safe. It is a safe place to take care of other people, because then they need you. So ask yourself what you're getting from the person, even if you're the one taking care of the other person. I hope that makes sense. But there needs to be some balance here, especially in the workload of each person, whether it be emotional, physical, whatever it is, some person has too much work. Enlightenment. You help each other receive enlightenment. You are learning with each other. You are helping each other see the beauty in the world. You're helping each other see everything that you were meant to see in this lifetime. All of the lessons that you are meant to learn, you learn a lot of them with this person. I feel like I need to stop here. That's really weird, but you know what? I feel like I need to stop, and that's all you need to know for now, pile number 3. I think this is pile number 3. Yes. I'm kind of at just a loss for words. It's time for you to decide where we go from here. Just know that this person really is a good person in your life, and you will have to do some work to continue this connection, because there's some patterns that are disturbing the connection, but it's not anything that you can't work through. So I'm excited to see where you're going from here. Thank you, pile number 3, for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Hello, pile number 4. You chose the Chakra and Wisdom Oracle cards, and what this is telling me about you is that you are most likely on a spiritual journey. You are taking in all of the spiritual knowledge that you can, and by watching this video or videos like these, you are healing. You may also be a great physical healer, a great manifester, or just somebody who is great at researching and understanding in general. You are always going to want to learn. You are always going to want to be a better version of yourself every day, and that is really, really cool. So let's get into the first cards that I pick for this reading, and I pick 2 cards that represent you and the other person. Ooh. Here's 1, the Vision. And here's 2, the Womb. Wow. Okay. So you two are on completely different opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm guessing that the person watching this video is the Vision, but feel free to switch it up depending on the explanation of both. So the Vision, if this is you, you are someone who has surpassed the mountains. You have climbed, the spiritual, like you have gone through this journey. You have the vision of better days. You have the vision. You know what you want in this life. You are an expert manifester. You might be very like, oh, I'm going to be in business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a therapist. You know what is going to work for you. You have your plan. You're dead set in it. You are an expert manifester. You know how to speak things into existence. You touch all bases. You are not just one version of yourself, you are 100, and you knock things out of the way. You are intensely spiritual, or whoever this is, whoever the Vision is intensely spiritual and has gone on a number of different spiritual journeys, quests. Maybe you don't even realize what they were. You may feel like you have lived 1,000 lifetimes in one lifetime. Your childhood, you lived in a really rough area, you experienced poverty, you may have experienced racism, you may have experienced a number of different traumatic events, and then in your teenage years, you experienced a whole different version of life, and then in your 20s, you're experiencing a whole different place in your life, and you are just constantly learning, adapting, and growing. But one thing that has never changed about you is that you are willing to put in the work. You know what you want, you go out there and you freaking get it, and you can manifest with ease just by affirmations, just by simple candle magic. You are powerful. Over here we have the Womb. The other person in this relationship is the Womb, most likely. I mean, whatever fits, right? but this person is just starting out. This person barely knows who they are. And sometimes you might feel like you don't know who you are. But the reason why you don't know who you are is because you're so taken aback by this person. This person really brings you down 15 levels. And it sucks because it's not that they're not a good person. It's just they're not on your level. This is a connection, in my opinion, to kind of start to move away from. You don't have to release it entirely, and you don't have to release it at all if you don't want. But in many ways, I feel like it is holding you back. They will never want all of this. They just don't. Even if they say that they do, they don't. They just want things more simple. And they see the world completely differently than you do. I feel like the vision has experienced racism, has experienced classism, has experienced a number of different things in their life, a number of traumas that either this person hasn't or this person doesn't want to take the time to look into, study, understand, and grow. This is more of an activist. This is more of a pacifist, I guess. Someone who doesn't want to do too much. So take that as it resonates, who is, right? Let's pull some clarifying cards. Creation and completion. So the vision, you are still, or whoever that is still creating, manifesting, moving forward, and really jumping in on some huge life adventures, endeavors. The womb has really completed what they wanted to do. They might still have some goals. They might still be working towards them, but they're nothing compared to yours. They just want to stay settled. You want to keep moving. This does feel like it could be like a daughter and a mother, or a son and a mother. But this could also just be any type of relationship. But the completion piece just makes me feel like the child is ready to move forward and the parent is kind of just done. Like that's it. Or if this is a relationship, this person just doesn't want to move. They might just want to settle down. That's it for them. You need to let go. The reason why you need to let go is because this is holding you back. And maybe it's just not the time, but it does seem like the vision, you're just ready. You're just so ready to move on. And you don't even know it. You don't even realize it yet. At one point in their childhood, there was a scream of sorrow that never came out. Okay. I live by one rule: no office romances, no way. Very messy, inappropriate, but I live. But I live by another rule: just do it, Nike. So essentially, what I'm feeling is, I feel like the vision was hurt by the womb, if that makes any sense to you. The vision is being stunted. The vision has always had to take care of the womb. The vision doesn't need to carry this pain anymore. And that pain that is so deeply settled within the vision's bones is ready to be released. But a good way to do that is to start to disconnect from this relationship with the womb. The no office romances, or whatever that is, somebody may have cheated. If this is your parent that you're asking about, you may have seen them cheat, which was hurtful. There's some type of trauma here about cheating. You may have met this person in an office setting or in a school setting. But man, all I feel is that it's time to let go. I'm so sorry. But at the same time, this is so great. Like, this is awesome. Like, it is time for you. Like, as soon as you start to get rid of this baggage, assuming you are the vision, you are going to see your life transform 360 degrees. It is going to be insane. Guys, I think that's all I have, and I'm feeling really sad, so I don't know if this made you really sad, if this is really disappointing, but just know, please just trust in the fact that you are going to be okay, and that you're just making room for bigger and better things to come into your life. Let me pull you one more card because I feel drawn to. Repeat this affirmation to yourself. I am fully aligned to and living my life purpose. I am fully aligned to and living my life purpose. I am fully aligned to and living my life purpose. Please, you have some amazing work here to do that will be very fulfilling to your soul. You need to let go of this baggage. All right, thank you so much, pile number 4. Yes, pile number 4. It was really great having you here today. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if this resonated. I sure hope that you begin healing and you begin moving forward with your life, because it is time. Goodbye, everyone.